I'm Eric Mattei from matteirealty.ca. Today we're discussing a recent impact of the capital gains increases by your federal government. The reality is that anything above a certain amount, which I believe is $250,000, is now taxed an additional 16% to 66%. Now, our Prime Minister says that that's only going to affect those that are incredibly affluent, according to him. He would know, right? Because he comes from money. I don't think he's pretty much worked a day in his life, but that's a subjective analysis. The reality is that those that have earned and strive to get real estate for intergenerational growth for their kids are going to succumb to this issue. It's 30% increase above a certain mark, which if you can imagine what real estate values are in Canada, it's not impossible to conceive that you're going to get more than $250,000 out of a capital gains increase from a cottage, a property that was passed along. Now, on a larger scale, this is an issue, the capital gains. Nobody wants an extra tax, and most politicians don't remove them after they insert them. But more people are concerned about a 0.25% interest deduction later this year in the summer. I have a better idea. Look at the bigger picture. Our country is paying $1 billion a week to service its debt. $1 billion a week to service its debt. We're sending $350 billion abroad when there are tent communities in the Maritimes, places where you've never seen that before. We're seeing all kinds of social and economic issues, including this carbon tax, that are increasing things like heat for senior citizens to the tune of, and I've seen this myself, if they've used $25, $30 of oil, of heating material, carbon tax is 40-something dollars, and then HST is applied to it. Now, I'm a father, so I always put things in the context of my kids, okay? You may not be a parent, that's fine, of course. You might have someone else you care about, a younger person, an older person who's vulnerable. I want you to think about, if you gave them $20 to go to the store and get something, and someone robbed them, would you be upset? Of course. If someone took their future away, economically and socially, wouldn't you be irate? Shouldn't we be upset? Forget the 0.25 point on the mortgage. There are bigger problems that are not only going to affect real estate values in this country, but how we live down the road. And it's time that something happens here. Voting, people take a care. The last municipal election in Toronto, 15%, 5 people of eligible voters went to vote for the mayor. Of that 15%, 15% voted for her. Disgusting. So whatever comes out of those policies, know that the majority of people in Toronto did not make an effort to impact who they put in place. So please, don't concern yourself about a 0.25% of interest. Ask yourself what is happening in a bigger picture and what that means to the people you care about and yourself 10 to 15 years from now. I'm Eric Mattei. This is matteirealty.ca, and please remember to vote.